Where would we be without the various products delivered by the men and women in the trucking industry? Healthy Conversations in Trucking podcast is a platform for professional long-haul truck drivers to share their journeys over the road, educating listeners about the trucking industry and lifestyle. Now, let's dive into the conversation on this brand new episode. Greetings, everyone, and thank you for joining me on this episode of the Healthy Conversations in Trucking. I'm excited because my guest today is Gitonna Smith. She goes by Tana, and she is the first female guest that I've had so far on the podcast. So I'm excited about that, and also excited to bring our conversation. We talked about what she likes about being on the road, some of the challenges that she faces over the road, and she hasn't been on the road that long. It's been just a short journey so far, but she's got some experience being on the road, just not as a driver. So she's recently completed her CDL, and she's solo on the road, and she talks about what she really likes about it. Like I said, lots of good tips on addressing some of the challenges that a lot of my guests so far have talked about over the road, and just really bringing the woman's perspective. So let me connect my conversation with Tana right now. Well, I'm excited to introduce all of you to our guest on this episode. Gitonna, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm really, really good. Been looking forward to talking with you ever since you registered, got on my calendar, and I thought I finally get to talk to a woman in trucking. So I've really been excited to speak with you. And well, let's just kick off with you telling everybody a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Gitonna. I go by Tana. I'm 30 years old. I'm from the south side of Chicago, but right now I live in Atlanta, and I'm a female truck driver.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to just jump in with my questions. I'm really looking forward to getting to know you as we kind of go through this conversation. So the first one I always ask is, how long have you been in trucking?
I've been in trucking for a year and 3 weeks, actually. I did team driving for the first year, and now I'm on the road solo.
Yeah. How's the difference there? Like with being a team, now you're by yourself. Do you like it more? Do you miss the team, or how does that feel?
Well, I feel like doing team driving, I was handicapped. The person that I was with, he was doing everything for me, so I wasn't really learning. So now, since I'm by myself, I actually get to learn, and I get a peace of mind. So I really love being, I know it's just only my third week, but I really love being solo right now. And I'm just learning the business. I'm getting out there and working, and I just love it.
Yeah, it feels like I think of it as a confidence boost. Sounds like, being on your own. Yeah. I can do it myself, and knowing that you can, and that's really nice. Right. So what brought you into trucking? Why choose this field? Why choose trucking?
Well, living in Atlanta, like I know Atlanta is a party city. Like it's turned up, it's very turned up. But I was in a club scene, I was waitressing, the nightlife. And it just became so draining, like loud music, a lot of drunk people. And the whole coronavirus pandemic thing happened, and my job ended up getting shut down. And I noticed that it was only truck drivers on the road. So I'm just like, wow, I need to get my CDL. Like I need to drive a truck, because I remember it was a lot of different guys coming in my job, and they used to tell me that they drive trucks, they travel, and they make good money. So I thought it would be the perfect time for me to go out, do something different, keep the money coming in, grind, and get my CDL.
Oh, nice. And I think it's just one of the opportunities. You figure if they're the ones that are working in the middle of a pandemic and crisis, and you feel a little bit of security going into the field, right?
Yeah.
So what do you haul?
Refrigerated. Well, I have a reefer trailer. So fruits and vegetables. I also do dry van, different appliances.
That is, so even though you have a refrigerated truck, it doesn't mean that everything needs to be refrigerated.
No. You could turn the refrigerator on and off.
Okay. See, for you, that's like a common second. I mean, you figure everybody would know that. For me, that was something that I didn't know until just now. My assumption would be everything needs to be refrigerated.
Look, I had to learn it too, because I remember the first time. Girl, I had to learn it, and I remember hauling carpet all the way to California, and then on the way back, we turned on the refrigerator, and we had fruit coming back. So, I had to learn that too. I think it's very cool, though.
Well, that makes me.
I've been learning a lot.
That makes me feel better. So, how much time do you spend on the road before you actually return home?
Well, now I can be on the road as much as I want. My company really wants me out 2 weeks at a time, but I like to stay out as long as I want. I really love it. I love to travel. I love to see different things, go to different restaurants. Like, I just love being out of over the road. It gives me a peace of mind. And right now I'm just enjoying it. Yeah.
What about, what areas do you travel in? Do you go to like a certain region that you stay within, or do you go all over?
Well, my first year, I only went from Georgia to California. But now at my company now, I travel all over. Like, I've been to places I've never been before, like Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, just different places I would think that I would never travel to. And I just love it.
Oh, that's really nice. So what is your favorite part of the country to travel? Of the places you've been so far, what's your favorite part to travel in?
I would say anywhere that has a beach. Anywhere that has a beach where I could just go walk in the sand, go get in the water and just relax. I just love it. I went to a beach in California. I remember we pulled over and we just walked over there and I had a good time. Like, I really enjoy it. It's like you get paid for traveling. Yeah. And that's something that I love to do. So yeah, I would have to say the beach, going to different beaches.
That's really interesting. I remember when the few trips that I made over the road with my husband, I love the mountains. But I'm a mountains person anyway. I love to be able to see the mountain view. And I was not driving, so I didn't have to deal with driving up and down and dealing with the turns and all that. I just enjoyed the view. So I like the mountain scenes. So thinking about just, trucking in general, I know you love, you've already talked a lot about what you love, but what would you say you like the most about what you do?
The most about it?
Yeah. Like, what's your favorite thing about what you do?
My favorite thing is that, I get to travel. I think for me, it's about me being over the road and getting a peace of mind, me being able to, just think. I feel like in my other places that I used to work at, I wasn't thinking. Like, it was so many people, it was loud music, and this really gives me a peace of mind so I can think about my goals, think about places I want to travel to using my passport, and just thinking about life, period. I think that we all need that, and I just feel like with this job, being over the road, I have a lot of time to think. That's
really nice to hear. I'm also somebody that, I like some quiet time to just, clear my head or explore some thoughts. And when there's too much going on, it feels like it's hard for me to do. So I can relate to that. Now, what do you like least about it?
Least, I would say, maybe like the showers. Like, you never know when you're going to be able to take a shower. And me, I like to soak in a tub. I like to relax my body and, drink some wine and just chill and listen to some music. But, the showers, and then sometimes, like, you might have a graduation you have to make and you try to get home to go to the graduation. Sometimes you don't make it because you have to sit and you're getting unloaded and it takes hours. So missing your family, yeah, I think that's something I don't like about being over the road.
Yeah. I can understand that too. But it's good that you have, like you said, the way you're adjusting your schedule sometimes allows you to be able to be home a little bit more. But yeah, I know it can be hard to do those things. So let's talk a little bit about the health type of challenges, because I know there are a lot of challenges just in general with traveling with truck drivers and health and sitting for hours and restrictions to, where you can go and get exercise. I know a lot of people talk about those challenges and food and things like that. But what has been, in your experience, what's your biggest health related challenge over the road?
As far as I would say for me, gaining weight. We eat a lot at the truck stops and it's not healthy food. So I just got a membership at Planet Fitness, and now on my 10-hour breaks that I get, I go work out for an hour. I try to keep active, and if I can't work out, I might get outside my truck and do some jumping jacks, do some squats. I try to stay active because I told myself if I go over 200 pounds, I can't go over 200 pounds. But if I do, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to stop trucking. For real.
That's your cutoff.
You have to be careful. Yeah, you have to be careful because, at the truck stops, they got all these different snacks and, you're sitting in a truck long hours. You have to keep it active. Even if you have to go and buy a jump rope, get some dumbbells and, get some bottled waters, and you have to be healthy over the road.
Yeah. You're the second person to bring up Planet Fitness. So I'm definitely going to be reaching out to Planet Fitness. But I think that it seems to be a great option for drivers for sure, because you're saying very similar. So I guess you're not having any trouble getting there, getting in and out in terms of the truck, getting to Planet Fitness.
Nope. I park my truck right at Planet Fitness, and I stay there for an hour. Sometimes I stay there for 10 hours, my whole 10-hour break. But yeah, I've been getting it in at Planet Fitness. And I feel like that's important because I seen working on the truck and not working out, I gained, I want to say maybe 15 pounds fast. Yeah. So
I'm going to ask you a couple of extra questions just because I've been so curious and waiting to speak to, like I said, women in trucking. So I'm hoping that more women will be reaching out and becoming guests on the show. But I'm curious to know, I know for being a woman, also from research, we have, as women, we have health challenges that are just different from men. So being over the road just kind of makes it more complicated from, what we already have. So first question I'm just curious to know about is, when you first came into trucking, did you already know other women who were in trucking, or how was your view of that? Did you meet women right away? How is it over the road when you engaging with other women that are over the road?
Well, first, when I got my CDL, I was the only female in my class. I didn't start seeing female truck drivers until I got my CDL. And it's I was so excited. So I'm just looking in everybody's truck just to say hi because I'm on the road. And I started seeing more females, and it was just okay, I'm not the only one out here. But now since I'm in the game, I mingle with other female truck drivers, on Instagram, Facebook. It's different trucker groups. So I love to communicate with different trucker ladies over the road.
Okay. Yeah. I know my when I was researching, I connected with Women in Trucking, the organization, or I tried to. It was always hard for me as a researcher trying to connect with any of the groups, just because the reputation from a lot of researchers hasn't been really positive. So it was always a little difficult for me to make connections. And when I did, it was usually someone in an office setting or outside, not really in the field actually doing the work. So that was always a little bit of a challenge for me. So you're saying once you actually started doing the work out on the road, that's when you really started to meet more of the women, seeing more of them.
Right.
And when you speak to other women, do you hear of other challenges related to health that they are facing, that you hear about a lot, or is there anything that stands out?
Just the same thing, asking different workouts to do over the road, or, a lot of females that I talk to, they don't like doing over the road. They actually like being local. That way they can go home every night. And I understand that because a lot of them have children, and see the difference with me and them is I don't have any children.
Okay. So a lot of women that are driving will choose to choose local, so if they have kids. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, maybe you can share the podcast with some of the other groups that you're in that have more women and recruit some more of them onto the show. I would really love that. The only caveat is, they just need to be over the road so we're going to hear from the over the road, but I'd love to have more conversations with women. So be able to share that. So I guess I'm going to ask you just one more question and then I'll let you go. But for someone who's listening, maybe another woman who's listening, thinking about, driving or maybe facing some similar challenges that you have, considering coming on the road or just, in general, dealing with some of these challenges. Do you have any little bit of advice for someone else who's listening that, maybe in similar situation as you?
I would like to say, go get your CDL. You won't regret it. It's good money, good benefits. You can get a peace of mind. You can travel, see the world. And then if you go to CDL school, don't give up. It was hard for me. I didn't know anything about trucks, but I did it. So if I did it, anybody can do it. Like, ladies, come on, y'all. We got this. Let's get it.
Yes. Yes. I like it. I love it. Big cheerleader right here. So I can get hyped up real quick. Like, we can do it. Well, Tana, thank you so much for taking some time and coming on the podcast and sharing about your journey and inspiring other women to come into this field as well.
Mm-hmm. No problem.
Thank you for listening to the Healthy Conversations in Trucking podcast. Learn more or be a guest on a future episode by visiting healthyconversationsinTrucking.com or simply HCITpodcast.com.